set up.
Just you in this one, yeah?
No, I just want to make sure the microphone's on. Just me. Honestly. Audio input default, no. Communications in BR3, that's the one. Communications in. Okay, so hello. So if you can go on the Facebook thing, that should tell us whether we're all good and going. Because I want to see. Yeah, but can you hear that microphone? Can you turn the sound on?
See something? Oh,
hello.
It's a bit delayed, isn't it?
Yeah. So I want to see. Yeah, but can you hear that microphone? Yes, you can hear the microphone. We just established. Hooray! Look at that sun behind me. I am the Jesus man. I'm gonna have to sit there like that, aren't I?
Scooch over a bit.
Can't, because I'm away from the microphone.
Move the microphone. It's stuck to a piece of sellotape.
Okay, guys, the quiz will be starting shortly. We just wanted to make sure we had the right stream on.
I'm barely in it. Why do you not want me in it?
What do you want me to do?
Like tilt it slightly so that I'm in it.
Like that?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Right.
There you go.
What we need to do is we're just making sure this all works, which it looks like it is because we've got all the Wi-Fi issues sorted, we hope.
Yeah.
And it's coming through great. Good comments. Thank you. Thank you, Jess.
So we were going to get live, give people time to get on.
Yeah.
Stuff as usual. A few minutes first before we begin.
I've got a kettle boiled, so I'm going to make myself a very strong coffee so that we can have some go a bit crazy fun. I'm also going to get the top of my head in there to prove that I'm not just fod. Thank you, by the way, to so many people who sent questions in. There's a lot of people to thank in this one. And we've got 3. Why have I put 5 up? We've got 3 special guests when this starts. Hello, Simone. Hello, Claire. Hello, Matt. We've got 3 special guests. Yeah, we've got the Ghost Trail series guys, Faye and Joe. They're going to be new guests. We, of course, have 2 of our favourite people in the world, the Real Life Ghost Story guys, Emma and Dan.
Heart. Real Life Ghost Story guys.
And there may be a reconjuration of a person who guested last time we done a quiz.
The most special guest of all.
The most special guest of all, which I think we can all agree the bride was terrified when she seen the ghost do a bonus round. So maybe. Yes. So if you just want to say hello to the guys, Beck, while I've gone make a coffee. Coffee. Sorry for the light.
Rin's there with the first comment. Hello, you are live. Hi. Good to go. Oh, someone's saying you're having a good hair day. Robin's saying it's a good hair day for you.
Yes, yeah.
There he is, coming through great. Hi. Matt's team name is We Have Tequila and We Know How to Use It. Excellent. Claire's saying hi. Hey, Simone. Hey, Dex. Cheese is here. Hi, Matt. Yes, okay, so everyone's on, so this is good. It's like an oven in this glass at the minute. It is so hot, it's unreal. So the sun goes like over that side, and then in the afternoon it hits there. So it's because the sun's behind us, Simone. The sun's setting over there, and it just makes this place like an oven because we've just got the glass doors. So I've even tried closing the curtains all today. Even when I was out on the balcony, I had the curtains closed to try and like deflect it a bit. And we've got a fan on right now, like right at us. It's baking. It's really hot in here. Part of the reason that we can't have I think we're noticing it more this year than we usually do. And part of the reason is because the neighbour's cat means that we can't have the patio doors open all the time like we usually do. So we just sat here in a greenhouse basically, like every day. It's baking, absolutely baking. Someone's saying put a lamp on, it's very dark, but I've already got the light on. I think it's just the sun. There's a huge amount we can do about it.
It is dark, that. It's because the sun. Yeah, there we go. I know you don't like that.
That's not a flattering light. Get that off. Turn it on. It's buzzing.
Oh, is it? Buzzing is in, it's good. Yeah, but it needs to stay on back and it's too dark.
It can't stay on buzzing, it'll short a fuse or something.
Short a fuse.
Okay, we can't sit there like that.
Well, we can't sit there in the dark. We're not mice.
Put that lamp on instead. Turn that off and put that lamp on.
That lamp's never used for ornaments.
Well, then why have we got it?
For a fact.
Well, is it useful or an ornament?
It's neither.
Yeah, all right, that is neither used or ornament. That has done nothing.
We could bring that over.
Okay, do that then.
I think. It's just literally a bulb on a string.
It'll be better as well when Kev sits back down and his giant head blocks the sun. That will be better because the light will adjust like somewhat. It's just because there's that ball of fire behind us, isn't it? What are you doing?
Don't know.
So weird.
I'll put that there. Does that help?
No, just put it back. It doesn't make any. Put it back and just sit with your head blocking the sun, because honestly, that makes the whole light adjust.
I begrudge that remark.
See, just like help straight away. Yeah.
Oh, good. As long as my giant head is useful for something.
Giant head.
It's got a scary head. Right, there we go. Okay, so it's lighter on your screen. It was till I put my head there. Your screen is very light in comparison. Look, sorry guys if you get blinded. See, watch it, it lights up on your screen now. Sorry, I know this isn't a quiz as it stands. You're just literally watching us argue about light.
Take around.
But come on, move, Kevin. You're 5 seconds behind. There it goes.
There was no difference.
No, there's no difference. Turns out that was a waste of time. So we have got a wonderful quiz for you. It's going to be a little bit more general knowledge based, and the reason for that is because a lot of people were saying I don't know much about the paranormal, although it's a paranormal quiz.
And 3 quizzes were quite enough, really.
3 quizzes of paranormal questions. I mean, there's some questions I think are going to be a bit repeated tonight. However, a lot more of this quiz is general knowledge. You'll be happy to know. So then everybody can just go, hooray! And Rin's quite light. Rin's quite light. She is quite right. We should have.
No, she's saying you want the light behind the camera, but
Yeah.
we've got the lights behind the camera on.
No.
Because you took that bulb off.
No, what we should have done is faced the sun. We would have been well lit up. And to turn this table completely around.
Well done.
It's too late now.
This stage, yeah. Go, great.
Sorry, everyone.
That's what you know is too little, too late.
Hello, Rob. Yes, we are. Thank you. Hey, you guys, try reading that without reading it like sloth. Oh, I just did inadvertently. Right, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to crack on because I am mindful that we've kept you here very late on occasion. And this shouldn't be for what is basically 4 standard rounds and 3 bonus rounds. It really shouldn't be that much. Hey, Sally. So here we go. On with the quiz. So round 1 of the quiz. Get ready. Now, what I will be saying is, for our guest rounds that we've got, normally what we will do is we will make a copy of the questions and answers, but we haven't done that. So you need to pay special attention to the guest rounds because they won't be repeated. So when as I do when I put the phone up here and you just watch a video because we're very high tech, then you need to be aware of that. Here we go.
No, Simone, we're not really bored being locked down. Kev, I mean, it's ideal for Kev because he never gets bored. He's just constantly creative, isn't he? I'm just chilling.
He's constantly creative.
Really, yeah. We're okay.
Okay, so if everybody's ready, you've got your drinks, you've got your pens and papers. If you're doing that, I don't know why you would.
Oh, just a reminder as well, people tend not to like it when you put the comments in,
the answers
in the comments. So if you are playing along, if you just write them down and then work out your own score later rather than put the answers in the comments, because people are playing along. So,
drink your drink, pull on my e-cig, and we're away. Question 1. Who sings the backing vocals on the Dire Straits hit song, Money for Nothing?
It's a good question.
I want my MTV. Do you know it was the first song shown on MTV?
Was it?
MTV Europe, anyway. I don't know about America. Probably wasn't. So that was question 1. Who sings backing vocals on Dire Straits' song Money for Nothing? Question 2. What was Marilyn Monroe's last public appearance? What was Marilyn Monroe's last public appearance?
Why are you doing that?
I don't know. It wasn't a lisp before you say stop taking the piss out of people with lisps. It wasn't a lisp. Okay. I can do a lisp.
Why would I want you to do this?
You might want to hear it. Question 3.
No woman's
Knockers or Tommy knockers haunt tin mines and will help miners in danger if they're appeased. However, what do Tommy knockers expect miners to do in exchange for their protective services? So the question is, Tommy knockers are spirits that help miners, but they expect something in return. What do they expect in return for their protective services? That was question 3. Question 4. Name the song that this lyric is from. Just an urchin living under the street. I'm a hard case that's tough to beat. Okay. Sally's got a lisp. See? That's why I never done it. That's why I never done an impression of one. And she says she has really. Well, good. I like a good lisp. I'll repeat that. What song is this lyric from? Just an urchin living under the street. I'm a hard case that's tough to beat. And hello, Burb, who's just joined the chat.
Why did you say Burb?
Because it's Dave Maloney. Burb, we say it from Beverage Report. It was a history class thing when we were in school together. Anyway. So, question 5. And this is a 3-answer question. Okay. Can you tell me the artists associated with the following musical nicknames?
Hey, Schooler.
Okay. Hey, Schooler. And here are the nicknames. So can you tell me, number 1, who is nicknamed The Boss? These are all musicians.
I know that one.
Do you know that one?
Yeah. Throw my pen. I got so excited.
Number 2, who is also known as the Thin White Duke? And here's a clue, it's not me, because I'm not thin. And number 3, who is also known as Old Blue Eyes? Neither of us, because we're Hazel and Brown, aren't we?
That's right. You're A-Pies, aren't you?
I'm A-Pies, yes. Okay. Think you should have had a chance to write them down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quite right, Matt. I'm not a duke either. I'm a king. So, question 6. I'll never let go, Jack, is the name of that annoying woman on the door in the river from the Titanic film.
In the river?
Sea.
The ocean.
The ocean. So, other than the word Titanic, what is the last word we see written on the ship before it goes under the water? So when the Titanic sinks, we see the word Titanic, and there is another word written underneath that word. But what's that word?
Okay, actually, believe it or not, I got that quote wrong earlier. He read out this question to me, and I was like, that's not the quote. That's not the line. It's like, oh, right.
Yeah. So, there we go. Question 7, a bit of a spooky one. What animal is said to guard the severed head of St. Edmund at Bury St. Edmund's Abbey?
Severed head garter.
Correct. Correct. For 2 points. Now, I'll read that out again. What animal is said to guard the severed head of St. Edmund at at Bury St. Edmund's Abbey? There you go. Question 8. What is the name of the former Blue Peter presenter turned ghost hunter / presenter? And she hosts Most Haunted. So what is the name of the former Blue Peter presenter?
Big clue.
It is, isn't it? Former Blue Peter presenter, who's now a ghost hunter / presenter. I suppose technically I'm a ghost presenter now. As are you.
Oh, shit, I am, yeah.
I bet you never thought that would be on your CV, did you?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I love that.
At the minute, it's like my only job.
It is your only job. Yeah, fair play. And my like. Anyway.
No, it's not your fault.
Question 9.
I'm just unemployed.
What is the name of the only all Native American band to have a top 10 single, and what was the song? I'll repeat that. It was John Leslie.
Read
Yes.
it out again.
I'll read it out again. What is the name of the only all Native American band to have a top 10 single, and what was the song? And if Bridget's watching, a big thank you for just signing up to Patreon. If you'd like to sign up to Patreon, go to patreon.com/we need to talk about ghosts, where you will hear me and Becca yesterday doing a rap battle. And one of our listeners just me as message to say that Becca's Crash Bandicoot rap was better, didn't you?
That's right. Yeah.
Shocking.
I wrote a Crash Bandicoot rap.
So as we all know, guys.
Alex Butler's very excited to see you.
Hello, Alex. Very excited to see you too. Alex! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Okay, so guys, I've just done question 9 of round 1, which only means one thing. As we all know, the veterans of the quiz will know by now, when I've done question 9, it's time for the barbecue, the BBQ, Becca's bonus question.
Becca's bonus question.
And we all know this is going to be top bants. I hate when people say that.
You're about to have your eye wiped now. Because my first question is like legit. You're going to like it.
A legit good question.
Yeah.
Sally Rogan's just put, my best friend from senior school is married to Greg off Most Haunted.
Oh.
Wow.
So do you know Greg from Most Haunted? Like, are you friends? Do you do couple dates? Do you dinner parties?
Is that your bonus question? Because only Sally can answer that.
Or anyone who stalks, Sally.
Or anyone who's stuff. Move on. Moving swiftly on.
Okay. Question 1, not a child's question. The Exorcist.
I didn't see that one coming. You're right, yeah. Like a thief in the night.
Can I continue? The
Please
Exorcist
do.
is a tale of demonic possession. Who wrote the novel? Who wrote the novel, The Exorcist?
I think we have it on a previous test.
Is my
Test. These are tests now.
I don't think we have.
I think we have. But that's a very good question, Becca. Thank you.
That's Becca's bonus question.
Okay, now we're going to give what we in the business like to call the answers. Okay, so question...
A lot of research to know this lingo.
Yeah. So I forgot to say at the start as well, I need to thank a few people here. Big thank you, apart from our bonus round people who we'll thank in a bit. Some of our listeners who submitted questions for this quiz. We've got Jay Adams, Lucy White, Vicky and Cassie, and Edward Cortinas. So thank you very much for submitting your questions. You'll note I haven't been able to use all of them because we've only got 4 rounds to fit them all in. And Jay, for example, done a whole round on Marilyn Monroe. God bless him. But that would have soon become a bit obvious when I was like, question 5. Another Marilyn one. But thank you sincerely for sending them in. So anyway, the answers. Round 1, question 1. Who sings the backing vocals on Dire Straits' hit Money for Nothing? And the answer is...
May I? Sting. Believe it or not, it's Sting.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
WCW champion, Sting. No, it's Sting from The Police. Yes. Interesting story. Apparently, there was an interview with Lemmy from Motorhead. And he said he was touring America and had a load of drugs and pills on the table backstage. And his tour manager knocked and said, the police want to know if they can come in. And he genuinely flushed it all down the toilet. And Sting walked in. And he was very unhappy because he'd wasted a lot of drugs. Anyway, that was the answer to question 1. Question 2, what was Marilyn Monroe's last public appearance? And it was singing Happy Birthday to John F. Kennedy. Interesting guy.
I didn't know that.
Question 3, knockers or Tommy knockers haunt tin mines and will help miners in danger if they are appeased. But what do they expect in return? And the answer is to be offered food. So if you offer Tommy knockers food, they will protect you.
Not so much then.
No. Question 4, it's a song lyric. Just an urchin living under the street. I'm a hard case that's tough to beat. Comes from Paradise City. Guns N' Roses, Paradise City. Let me see. 5, musical nicknames. Can you tell me the musical acts associated with the following nicknames? Number 1, The Boss. That was, of course, Bruce Springsteen. Number 2, The Thin White Duke. That is...
I didn't know that, but I do know. David Bowie.
David Bowie. Or Bowie.
Or Bowie.
Or Bowie.
Or Bowie.
We can do this all night. Not with a bayonet through your neck, you couldn't. And number 3, who's known as Old Blue Eyes?
Sinatra.
It is indeed Frank Sinatra. Bowl of milk is a type of food. I don't know why. I probably missed something else in the comments, but yes, it is.
Yes, not in relation to the miners one.
Yes. Yes. So Tommyknockers could be cats.
Yeah. It's worth mentioning. So there's ever so slight delay in us guys speaking and you guys seeing. So even though you're fast with the comments,
yes,
we're a few seconds behind. So sometimes when things look out of context, it takes us a minute to work out what's what.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Well said.
Yeah. Like at one point, someone last week said, no. We're like, no what?
No what, yeah.
Yeah.
So, number 6, I'll never let go, Jack, woman on a board, etc. What is the last word, other than Titanic, that we see before the ship goes beneath the waves? And the answer is Liverpool, because that's where the ship was registered. And the word Liverpool, our hometown, is underneath the word Titanic. There
yes, Sally, 1 point for each name in those ones.
Yes, 1 point for each name, yes, sorry. Question 7. Are you quiet, Dan?
There's a fly around, I think.
Becca's allergic to flies, if you believe that one.
I am allergic to flies.
Question 7. What animal is said to guard the severed head of St. Edmund at Bury St. Edmund's Abbey? And it is wolf. That's right. Oh. The gladiator.
Thank you.
So it's a wolf. What's the name of the former Blue Peter presenter turned ghost hunter / presenter? It's Yvette Fielding. Do you know who she wanted to be when she grew up? Yvette.
Yvette.
No, she didn't, but you know. Number 8.
Oh, so you don't know?
Oh, so that was number 8. Number 9, no. What was the name of the only all-Native American band to have a top 10 single, and what was the song? The band was Redbone, and the song was Come and Get Your Love.
That's hard.
Kinky, innit? Oh,
So
that's hard. Come and Get Your Love. Becca. Before the watershed. Just. And now it's time to go to Becca for Becca's bonus question.
Becca's bonus question. So a genuine, actual question. This week, The Exorcist is a tale of demonic possession. Who wrote the novel The Exorcist? Obviously, before it was made into a film. And the answer is William Peter Blatty. William Peter Blatty.
William Peter Blatty.
I will accept Blatty. I will not accept just William.
I don't think you should be accepting anything, to be honest. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you accept away. Okay, so now it's time for our first bonus round. Hooray for bonus round. So our first special guest bonus round is, as I mentioned before, we have some new people doing a round for us today, and they are the wonderful Joe and Faye from the Ghost Trail series, and you can catch them on YouTube and I think on podcasts as well. Yeah, and they've sent us in a bonus round of paranormal questions, which is very nice of them.
Yeah, another example of the paranormal podcast community
just being lovely people.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So you need to pay attention because we're not going to repeat these questions, okay, guys? 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10s. Well done, guys. It's very good. So we're going to hand it over to Joe and Faye now. And you may recognize Joe because she actually had a small role in Jurassic Park, The Fallen Kingdom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that the recent one?
It was one in 2018, I think. Done over 130 billion in the box office, so I found out today.
Billion? No, it didn't.
1.3 billion in the box office. It was billion something or other, I don't know. Anyway, without any further ado, pay attention, because as I say, we don't know what these questions are, and we're not going to repeat them. Okay? So, as you know, last time, I'm going to flick over to a different sound setting so you can hear the phone. So we won't be able to speak, etc. Very technical, you see.
Hi, Kevin, Becca, and everyone doing the quiz. I'm Joe, one half of the Ghost Trail series on YouTube. You'll meet Faye in a second. Thank you for asking us to do your bonus round of spooky questions. So we've got 6 questions for you, and the first one is: the Ragged School in Mile End in East London is said to be haunted by the young Victorian children that used to attend. Which famous doctor opened this school in 1877?
Hi, Kev, Becca, and everyone quizzing tonight. I am Faye, the other half of the Ghost Trail.
We're back. That was far too low, wasn't it? I need to hide it back up. I've just noticed. So we're going to start again with that. So prepare.
Start it again.
Okay.
Hi, Kevin, Becca, and everyone doing the quiz. I'm Joe, one half of the Ghost Trail series on YouTube. You'll meet Faye in a second. Thank you for asking us to do your bonus round of spooky questions. So we've got 6 questions for you. And the first one is: the Ragged School in Mile End in East London is said to be haunted by the young Victorian children that used to attend. Which famous doctor opened this school in 1877?
Hi, Kev, Becca, and everyone quizzing tonight. I am Faye, the other half of the Ghost Trail, and I'm super honoured to have been asked to do this. This is super cool. So, second question for you. What do they say will happen if all the ravens leave the Tower of London? That's a folklore one for you.
Question 3. Apologies if this has come up in a previous round, as it is associated with Liverpool, but Faye and I are both really, really interested in time slips. Which famous street in Liverpool is renowned for them?
Question number 4, and it's a fun little movie question. What are the names of Casper the Friendly Ghost's 3 uncles? So I guess you can give yourself a point for each.
Question 5. One of the most haunted inns in southeast England is the Mermaid Inn in Rye. It was established in the 12th century and the current building dates back to 1420. It has had a long and turbulent history and a strong connection with the notorious Hawkhurst Gang. The Hawkhurst Gang were a group of what?
So question number 6, and the final question of this round, is what date did Borley Rectory burn down?
So the answer to question 1, who opened the Ragged School in 1877? The answer is Dr. Bernardo.
What do they say will happen if all the ravens leave the Tower of London? And the answer to that one is London will fall. Very ominous.
So the answer to question 3, which famous street in Liverpool is renowned for time slips, is Bald Street.
What are the names of Casper the Friendly Ghost's 3 uncles? And the answer to that one is the Ghostly Trio, and their individual names are Fatso, Stretch, and Stinky. So that's the Ghostly Trio, Fatso, Stretch, and Stinky.
So the answer to question 5, the Hawkhurst Gang at the Mermaid Inn were a group of smugglers.
What date did Borley Rectory burn down? And the answer to question 6 is 1939. So that's all from us. Thank you very much for having us, Kev. It's been fantastic.
Hello, I'm back.
There
That's
we
it,
go.
back.
There we go.
There we go. Sorry, guys. Basically, for some reason, it
Sound
froze.
gremlins.
The little thing on the bottom froze there. The thing that I swip over to do the things.
So we're
turned.
back.
Just
Could
double
you-
check that we are
could you
back on
confirm that
ours.
You can hear us now.
Should be able to.
I think you can, but
Yeah, we're back on.
Woohoo! Super.
And we're back on. It was a good round, yes. So thank you very much to Faye and Joe for their questions there. That was it was the neighbour's cat. Sorry?
Where are they from again?
The Ghost Trail series. It's a YouTube series, so search for them. I think it's a podcast as well. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, thank you very much, girls, because that was fantastic of you to submit them. You know, it just, again, it's another feather in the cap of how lovely the paranormal community are. So go check
as well, imagine.
Yeah, amazing question. So go and check their show out, pretty please, because it was really lovely of them to do. Okay, so round 2 we're going to have now, and then we'll have a make yourself a drink break. Okay.
Good timing, because I'm getting low.
Question 1. We mentioned Marilyn Monroe earlier, but can you tell us the name of Marilyn Monroe's last husband? And here's a clue. He also wrote the play All My Sons.
All my sons, I got Billy Joe, Baby too.
Which, as you remember, I thought was a musical until I went to watch it, and it wasn't. It was a very depressing suicidal / play. Okay, so that was question 1. Question 2. What are the names of the fictional companies in both the US and UK versions of The Office? So, I'll say that again. What are the names of both of the fictional companies in the US and UK versions of The Office? And it's a point for each. Very important, because I know we're all keeping scores.
Yeah, good question. So just a reminder again that we're trying not to put the answers in the comments.
Yeah, if you can, guys.
Playing along.
I know there's no prize, but you know.
And yeah.
Try not to put it in the comments. But if you want to be a renegade and do that, you know, let's be honest, nothing's going to happen. But don't. It's nice not to.
There's someone there, I think possibly in the chat on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I can't, because I'm only on the Facebook, I can't answer to Rochester. So there is a chat going on, but it's predominantly on Facebook. I don't think there are many people in the chat on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know if you can access.
Well done for starting it off, though.
Yeah.
LCOS Rochester. So if anyone wants to go over to YouTube and watch it, we're on there too. We're all around the world, basically, guys. Someone's waiting for Gilmore Girls questions there. Well done, Gabrielle.
Yeah, but LCOS Rochester, if you're looking for the chat, Facebook might be better for you because there's lots of people in the chat on Facebook.
But you might not have Facebook, so stay on YouTube. Okay, so question 3. What city is Steve Coogan creation Alan Partridge from? So what city in the UK is Steve Coogan creation Alan Partridge from? Also the home of Coleman's Mustard. Okay. Question 4. Who are the two creators of the show Friends? And it's a point for each. Yes.
So this appears.
It appears
on
every episode at the start, just as the lights go out.
Yeah, Princess had like an absolute revival since it came on.
Oh, you may know more answers.
Netflix.
LOCS Rochester, stay in there. What was that too?
They were saying it's been like really interesting that Friends has had a huge revival since it came on Netflix. So like people who were too young to watch it the first time around have suddenly watched it, and it's like its popularity is just like shot up again. Yeah,
there you go. So question 5: a witch disguised as which long-eared animal is said to... Long-eared.
You said long-eared.
I did say long-eared, didn't I?
Yeah.
Long-eared animal is said to haunt Bolingbroke Castle in Lincolnshire.
Well, I hope you get it right then, Matt.
There you go.
Saying finally a Friends question.
I like this next question. It's a supernatural question. Can you tell me what a psychopomp is? It's a paranormal word. What is a psychopomp?
Doesn't it sound like a paranormal word, does it? It sounds like someone who's so pompous they're psychotic with it.
Yes, it does. It's not. It's
well,
a paranormal word.
Completely given away the answer.
Question 7. In Greek mythology, that's Greek mythology. Mm-hmm. What was the food of the gods? The food of the gods. I'll tell you what the food of the gods was. The buffalo wings we just had for our dinner. They were tasty. Although the buffalo sauce that was on the wings was a bit watery. But it came with 2 tubs of buffalo sauce.
Well, we ordered the tubs of buffalo. It didn't come with it.
Oh, yeah, we ordered them. Yeah, that's where they came. No, I've just realised by looking at me hair there.
What?
I could be an extra in Unorthodox on Netflix. as an ultra-Orthodox Jew. I'm not going to do the impression.
So if anyone's looking at doing a series 2 and you need an extra, this is your guy.
I'm Yishmam. I don't know about that. Was my no. I'll just reverse out to that
there, yeah.
impression.
Beep. This Kevin is reversing.
Yes. So question 8 on the Nirvana Unplugged album, which duo joined the band to perform the songs Plateau and Lake of Fire?
Plateau, not Plato.
Plateau.
Oh, okay. As in like plateau.
No, not Plato. The Greek question's just been and gone. You're the fool for carrying on. April Fool's poem there.
In May.
Yep.
Now who's the
But you're the fool for moving on. Question 9. What is the surname of the recently deceased spirit medium who was called out on the show Most Haunted when he became possessed by fictional jailer Creed Kafer, which turned out to be an anagram of the phrase Derek Lies.
Lies.
So we're looking for the surname of the recently deceased medium who got caught out on Most Haunted by becoming possessed by an invented character called Creed Kafer. And I think we can all agree that was 9. So therefore, it's time for 10, which means it's over to
Becca's bonus question.
Becca. Her. Go on then.
Okay, my bonus question for round 2. I wonder if any of you will get this. How many countries are there in the Americas, the continents of North and South America? So in the collective Americas, both North and South America, how many countries are there?
That's a very... If you get that, then you do deserve a prize.
We shan't be providing one.
No.
But you get
But
you
should
kudos going. That's my bonus question.
And that's a very good bonus question.
Thank you. See, my bonus questions are really...
Will you be given points if they're within the ballpark?
No.
Strict.
No. On the button or not at all.
Strict, that's one strict.
It's either right or it's wrong, Kevin.
I'm just thinking now, should I be looking at the camera as opposed to at the screen? So look, if I look at the camera, it's like, hey guys, I'm on TV now. I'm going to present the weather. It's hot. Or should it be like going, hey guys, I'm looking at the screen now.
The former.
Hey guys, I'm going to present the weather. Anyway, let's give some answers. Question 1 of round 2. We mentioned Marilyn Monroe before, but what was the name of her last husband? It was, of course, Arthur Miller. My sons.
Who did not write Cockney musicals.
Arthur Miller.
Who wrote serious, actual plays about real things and not Cockney musicals.
It turns out. Question 2. What are the names of the fictional companies in both the UK and US versions of The Office?
I like this question.
There's 2 answers here, point for each. It's, of course, in the UK, Wernham Hogg, and in the US, Dunder Mifflin. Yeah, so well done if you got both of them right. You are an office aficionado. You are an officionado. An officionado.
Say that again.
No, because you pulled a face.
Because it was rubbish.
You're getting nothing from
better.
me. Question 3. What city is Alan Partridge from? The Steve Coogan creation, Alan Partridge.
Well, considering he's so interested in the pedestrianisation of Norwich city centre.
It was, of course, Norwich. Yes. Who are the 2 people who created the hit comedy show Friends? Becca, if you want to give the answer to this.
David Crane and Martha Kaufman.
Is she related to Andy Kaufman?
How would I know?
Wouldn't you think that you look through the Ancestry.com profile of these answers before giving them?
No, I would not.
Okay. Question 5. A witch, disguised as which long-eared animal, is said to haunt Bolingbroke Castle in Lincolnshire? And the answer is, of course, a hare. A hare.
Is it like a hare, not a hare?
And I remember this from being a child and looking into spooky stuff. So I made a copy of the spell that she said to turn into a witch. And I think I'm going to say it on this little quiz here so that we all may turn into hares. Imagine if we all do now. This is a genuine witch's spell I'm about to repeat.
Imagine if the neighbour's cat came in and there was just 2 hares here.
She'd eat us.
3.
I shall go into a hare with sorrow and sick and meekle care, and I shall go in the devil's name, aye, while I come home again. There is a spell to make you turn back into a human, but I'm not going to tell you that. We don't want to give you that. That was Chris Tarrant from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Question 6.
Suddenly all the viewers went away because they were hares hopping off.
Exactly. Yeah. Question 6. What is a psychopomp? Qu'est-ce que c'est? A psychopomp is a term to describe the spirits in many different religions whose job it is to guide the recently deceased into the afterlife.
So, like the Grim Reaper is an example of psychopomp.
Yes, or the ferryman.
The ferryman.
What else? Them two. Ra. No. In Greek mythology, what was the food of the gods? It was, of course, dominoes. Question 8. No, it was ambrosia.
Ambrosia.
And not the rice pudding either, because it wasn't invented then.
No, but it was a good name for ambrosia.
Uh-oh.
Call it that.
Jessamy, Sally, they both turned into hairs.
Oh, no.
I think I should maybe get the fix out. Okay, question 8. Now, if any of you got this, then I love you forever, because Nirvana are one of my favourite bands, so I knew this question, obviously. Obviously. Being a Nirvana fan, obviously. Anyway, on the Nirvana Unplugged album, which duo joined the band to perform the songs Plateau and Lake of Fire? Or Plato, as you said. The answer is, of course, the Meat Puppets. Yes. Question 9. What is the surname of the recently deceased spirit medium who was caught out on the show Most Haunted when he became possessed by fictional jailer Creed Kafer, which was, of course, an anagram of the phrase Derek Lies. It was, of course, Okora. Derek Okora. And it's over to Becca for her monstrously general knowledge. General.
So the question was, how many countries are there in the Americas, the continents of North and South America?
2. North and South.
No. And it's not 3 either. It's not.
There's no Middle America.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, there might be.
35, would you believe?
35
across the 2. 35.
That's bonkers.
I know, it's so many countries. Good for you guys.
In the black and white water
That's not
swirling, there are some things that will never change. What is that? Yeah. What is that?
But you probably want to be careful what you read out loud, lest it be another spell.
Someone got 15 there. Well done. Well done, Simone. Oh, Simone. Well done, Simone. Full house for Matt.
Bravo.
So now it's time to replenish your drinks.
Woohoo!
Yes. Let's replenish your drinks. Do you know, I was going to say something patronising, but I won't.
Right.
Can you make me a coffee, please?
Yes, I shall.
Do you know how?
Do you want? 2 sugars?
1 sugar.
Just 1 sugar.
Two spoons of coffee. 2 spoons of coffee. 1 sugar.
I'm starting to think it'd be easier for you to pour me a
splash of milk. Spoon. Hot water. Little jig.
Might be easier for you to just get it on delivery, you know.
It probably would be, yeah. 5 right, 3.
Minute, drinks break.
Guys, I'm not loving these low scores, you know. That's why it's meant to be a general knowledge. We thought we'd throw in some generalities because, come on, you need to up your game here. Kerry, come on. Lucy, what's going on? 3, Jessamy, including psychopomp. Psychopomp is a great word, to be fair. Psychopomp. Psychopomp and circumstance. What's pomp and circumstance? Is it a song or a play?
It's a phrase.
It's a phrase. Anyone wants to go after on writing a play called Psychopomp and Circumstance, feel free to email me, contact@talkaboutghosts.com. I just realised as well, there's quite a few, because we're not saying, and that's out of 20 or that's out of 10. Some people are saying, hey, I got 11 out of 11 there. And others are saying, oh, I got 15 out of 15.
You've got like 11 questions, but some of them you give it more than 1 answer.
Yeah, I know why it is. I'm just saying, like, you know, so it doesn't matter because it's for fun. It's all for fun. No, Claire, you're not rubbish. You went to my junior school. Claire went to my junior school, you know. So you're not rubbish. You've got a very good education there. Kind of. You know, in my junior school, the lads had to wear shorts, no matter the weather. Like if it was hailstones. Matt saying he saw the Meat Puppets support Soul Asylum in Paris. Bloody hell, Matt, that's a gig and a half, isn't it? I said on the show recently that I've seen Velvet Revolver live. Yes, and on that night, I pushed that chair, by the way. It's not a ghost. I shook Slash's hand. Yes, I did. I shook Slash's hand and shouted to Slash, live the dream. Slash at the time had a pacemaker. He'd been in Guns N' Roses. He had a pacemaker because he'd been taking too many drugs. And he was in Velvet Revolver. And I just played a sellout gig. And I told Slash to live the dream. At the time, I was working in a contact centre. And I was telling Slash from Guns N' Roses to live the dream. Yeah. And I think we can all agree he got on that tour bus and said, right, who's got the numbers for Pair Temps, the temping agency? Because I want to start working a contact centre. Matt also says he once made /cry. I'll tell you that on Instagram. Please do. Can I just say, are we past the watershed? And not that it matters, we're not on TV. But anyway, I'm going to tell you a very real, very funny, but slightly crude story. There was a pub in Prescott called the Fusilier, right? Or called the Fusey. And it only had 2 urinals. So I stood in the toilet and I was queuing up to use the urinal. Now, at the urinals was a really old fella and a fella in about his 50s. And the fella in his 50s was absolutely hammered. Absolutely hammered. And they stood next to each other, urinating. And the old guy, he was also a bit pissed, but he was a bit better off, was just stood there. And the 50-year-old looked over the thing and went, bloody hell, lad, bet you've impressed a few women with that. And the old guy, quick as a flash, went to him, I've never weed on someone before. And I was behind him. I was like, oh my God. And I didn't have a phone at the time because, you know, I'm 41. I ran back out and went, lads, I need to memorize this joke, let me tell you. And then we'll all draw a selfie of each other and post it on a lamppost because there's no social media. Anyway, that's enough of my stories. Let's see some of your comments.
Bore everyone with that?
Velvet Ravanda are a great band. What was I drunk? Yes, I was. My coolest meet was Blondie. Kelly's my Blondie. Love the way you say urinal. Did I say urinal or urinal?
Don't know.
Urinal? What would I say naturally? Let me try. Becca, I'm going the bog. No, there. Becca, I'm going the urinal. Urinal? Urinal? Urinal. I'd say urinal. You're right. Right. So.
Why did you just bore them all with that rubbish story?
It's a great story, that. I've got loads of them. Honestly, I'm dead good. Right. Chris Conda's here. Hello, Chris Conda.
Hey, Conda.
So it's now time for our next bonus round. Now, you may well recall at the last quiz, when we didn't have any guests, we managed to conjure up a guest, didn't we?
Oh, is that the one? Is that this one? I thought that was the last one.
No.
Okay.
And people went crazy for this ghost. So
very special guest.
We spent all day on the Ouija board, negotiating with the ghost.
Yeah, trying to get the ghost.
To try and get it back on. And I'm happy to say that our next bonus round coming up now is that ghost.
The ghost again. The ghost is back.
Yeah.
Hooray.
So, without any further ado, we're going to now show our next bonus round.
The ghost.
See, Kerry says we love his stories. No. So here's the ghost, the next bonus round.
The ghost on the stairs.
Remember to pay attention to what's getting said because we can't repeat the questions because we don't know about the other. So I'm going to go quiet again. Thankfully. Hey.
Kerry, I do not love his stories.
You sure?
Hello! And thank you to Kevin Becker for asking me back to be part of this special quiz again. We need to talk about ghosts, and isn't everyone their favourite subject, really? I have some questions for you. Question 1. In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, how many of my friends, how many ghosts, visit Ebenezer Scrooge? That's how many ghosts visit Ebenezer Scrooge in A Christmas Carol. Question 2. One of the most famous ghosts appears in Shakespeare's Hamlet and says, "My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself." What is the name of this ghost? Question 3. Also lending her name to a popular breakfast cocktail, a specific ghost is said to appear if her name is spoken into a mirror 3 times. Who is this ghost? Question 4.
In the 1990 movie Ghost, what is the name of Whoopi Goldberg's character, who is the only person who can hear Patrick Swayze's ghost, Sam? Question 5. In the Harry Potter series, who is the resident ghost of Gryffindor Tower? Good luck, and I'll soon be back with the answers. Ooh.
Sorry, no one heard that. Yeah, I've just realised.
I
Yeah,
heard that.
I clicked the wrong button. It wasn't the gremlins. It was me that time.
Okay.
So basically,
Thank you,
we were very happy that the ghost came back to ask the questions. We now need to hear the answers.
Thank you to the ghost for crossing that bridge.
Don't say anything funny till you're back, Matt. So don't worry about evidence. So anyway, we then spent all day conjuring it back up, didn't we, to get the answers. If you watch very carefully at the start, you'll see the ghost trying to communicate with me
Goodness.
through the veil.
Goodness.
Mm.
But thank you for the ghost for taking the time out from their own side. You know,
Why's it got lighter? What else has happened in here, light-wise?
The sun's setting. Because it's the sun behind you. That's
Nice one,
light.
God.
Well, that's better, isn't it? You were
yeah.
known it was too dark.
Like
No,
sincerely,
literally
nice one. Okay, so here's some answers.
For